I'm coming to you from my dining room today, where all of my books are stacked haphazardly. I am redoing my library. New paint, new floors, which is really exciting, and perhaps a few new shelves, because, I needed more. But today's going to be actually a little bit different of a book talk, because I just read all of Project 2025, and yes, I am a masochist. It changed my sorrow to just burning rage inside. And so I wanted to give you kind of the Spark Notes version on what I learned about what this new administration wants to accomplish, so that you don't have to read it. Because let me tell you, these men and women who wrote these essays clearly never learned how to write an essay outside of high school, and they have the verbose ramblings of that boomer-esque old man who just wants to tell you the same story over and over and over again. And so this bloated whale of a 900-page manuscript, it should have been shortened to like 300 or 400 pages. I ended up with 26 pages of notes, and those are only notes I took because I was concerned about something. Today I'm just going to be talking about the education legislation that they want to pass. So obviously the Republicans have been known as the party who wants to dismantle education, because the more educated a populace is, the less likely they are to be Republican. They're going to start from the ground up. So first of all, they want to get rid of Head Start. So no prerequisites to kindergarten at all. They also want to eliminate the Gear Up program, which is a federal program that helps high school kids create a pipeline to go to college. Alongside of that, they want to rescind any racial and ethnic equity that has been pushed in special education programs. And then in K through any higher education, they want to get rid of critical race theory, any gender ideology studies. They want to force all high school students to take the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery entrance examination to better increase the pipeline from high school directly into the military. They also specifically state that school systems should not accept any minor's decision to assume a different gender or to be asked to be called a different name in school unless written permission is given. And teachers or staff with religious convictions do not have to participate. They explicitly state that schools should not be allowed to keep secrets from parents, which is obviously hugely dangerous because not all parents have their best interest in mind for their children. At the university level, they want to significantly reduce or eliminate foreign university students from enemy nations. They specifically cite China in this, but obviously that could apply to a lot more countries. They want to rescind the radical overhaul of HEA's accreditation that audits colleges and universities, specifically is targeting, they don't want to adopt DEI measures. They also want to rescind Biden's he made Title IX more expansive to cover people who identify as transgender. They want to return Title IX to defining sex only as biological sex, and they want to strengthen protections for faith-based educational institutions who do not accept people outside of that binary. They claim that all ongoing Title IX investigations should be dropped. And also they want to rescind restorative justice in all Title VI cases. That is where it concerns racial discrimination. Also want Congress to cap the indirect cost rate paid to universities. This comes from federal taxpayer subsidization, and they just don't want it to be given to universities because they have a leftist agendas in research. Ultimately, they just want to eventually completely dismantle the Department of Education. In this, it stipulates a slow ramp down over 10 years, because to them, the Department of Ed is a one-stop shop for the woke education cartel. While there are still federal funds going to education, they say that any states, cities, schools, teachers who disagree that schools should serve parents' wishes first and foremost will be cut off from those federal funds. They will also say no federal funding at all to universities. And they also say the Secretary of Education should allocate up to 40% of the educational funding to international business programs that teach about free markets and economics to further the goals that serve American interests. Then, of course, wrapped up in the Department of Education are student loans. So their plan is to return all student loans and grants to the public sector. Their quote here is, "This would allow for market prices and signals to influence educational borrowing, introducing consumer-driven accountability into higher education." So basically, if the market's crap, like, I guess you don't go to school. Their stated goal is they want to end abuses in student loan programs, including public service loan forgiveness. Now, I don't know what that means for people who've already had their student loans forgiven. Would it mean that they're reestablished? Would it only mean people going forward could no longer apply for the public service loan forgiveness? I don't know. They also want to eliminate the PLUS loan program and also end income-driven student loan programs. They state that the new loan program should require 10% of monthly income as payment. There should be no interest rate subsidies, and there should be annual and aggregate limits on borrowing. Essentially, their viewpoint wrapped up is, quote, when the federal government lends money to individuals for a post-secondary education, taxpayers should expect those borrowers to repay. So we are entering unprecedented times, and that's just only my concerns for the education part. I do want to end with the fact that in Trump's first year in office in 2017, he implemented 64% of the 2016 mandate for leadership policies. I don't know what he got up to in his full 4 years, but we should really expect that that is his goal. I mean, they've stated it openly. I will be posting more videos about the different portions of Project 2025 because I think knowledge is power. And I also think, if you're mad from watching this video, rage is also very appropriate and can help us, gear up and prepare for the next few years.